money and save.
Crawl
And then do
before
something
you ball, because wealth is and money jingle jangles and screams.
Buffie Purselle.
Hey y'all, hey.
Hello.
Hello. What's up? Okay, Auntie, let me hear your sound. Make sure everything all right.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you and you look beautiful.
Well, you look very pretty. And Dave, you're handsome. And we want the beard to stay. Okay.
I know it's getting very
Santa Claus
like.
The kids saw it. Okay. And believe me, everybody, do not get upset. Anybody under 30 years old, they let me call them the kids. Okay. So like all of you, they saw Dave, we were going through this thing, and they said, "Oh, we love the beard, we love the mustache." So you can't get rid of it.
All right, y'all. So welcome. We're gonna let this build. Welcome to Just Being Buffy YouTube. Thank y'all for allowing for the time change. We's black. Sometimes we got to push things a little bit back. We's black.
That's for sure.
So we drop gems each Sunday, a little bit of shade, and we also spread love and light. And we just are having a lot of fun with this YouTube channel. So general housekeeping before I do introductions. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so now. Subscribe to the Just Being Buffy YouTube channel and click the notifications. Click, so that when I'm in a mood, or I know something about some new jobs, or I know something about some credit something, and I just decide to go live, you'll get the notification and you won't miss the original airing. I use this YouTube channel as my way of mentorship. Everybody calls my team, does Buffy mentor? Yep, every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern, or today, 3:30. Yeah. Additionally, comments will be limited to 2 minutes today. I am gifted with patience, and so I sit and I let people talk because I want to hear folks, but we got a 1-hour show, and these David and my auntie are busy people, so 2 minutes. 2 minutos. Total. Okay. All right. Welcome. My co-hosts today are Dr. David Purselle, my handsome hubby. Do an introduction of yourself. Who is you?
I am
not
Dr.
R. Is
I am Dr. David Purselle, the handsome hubby.
I like that.
I'm also a psychiatrist. I'm owner of Georgia Psychiatric Consultants and Rejuvenate TMS. I do clinical research. I do psychiatry. I do telehealth. And then a bunch of other stuff on the side, from home repair to website to tech support to whatever Buffy needs me to do.
He's a jack of all trades, honey, and we're here for it. We love him. And we also like to welcome our co-host, Dr. Beverly Scott, my TT, my auntie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let her introduce herself because she says I talk too much when I'm doing it. Go ahead, TT.
Oh my God, no. Well, I'm almost worse. Okay, so you can tell that at the hip. But anyway, so when she was talking about these time differences, so I'm over on the West Coast. I'm in the Bay Area, and oh my goodness, my life just goes on and on. But anyway, for 40 years, I've really been on the infrastructure in the infrastructure world. And transportation has predominantly been my place. And so I've worked at 9 transit systems. I've run 4 of them, the MARTA system in Atlanta, the system in the Boston area, Sacramento, and in Rhode Island. And I fell into that career from having been teaching. I started out teaching government and public affairs at Tennessee State University. I am the proud graduate from HBCUs. I went to both Howard and Fisk University. And so I tell people I fell into infrastructure. And so that's a whole nother long story. I'm a founder and CEO of a nonprofit. And I'm very pleased that my niece is also, she's the vice chair of that, but we've been doing this now going into 3 years, and it's Introducing Youth to American Infrastructure, Inc. And that's AYA. And so when I laugh about all the kids we have, I live the world of kids. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And so it's been really just an unbelievable experience. And then I do a lot of public service work at the state level and some at the federal level. And it's really, for me, always been about people, communities, and outcomes. And so I'm really just delighted to be able to join today.
And so the thing I like to say, you ain't gonna say?
No, I do. We do a lot. And it's your life. I mean, the whole part of it.
You ain't gonna say nothing about President Obama. That's
no, I mean, no, but it's really, it's you know, I tell people all the time that what I've been blessed to do through these years is that I've been blessed to be in the business of community building. And so that's really, and if there were ever a time, I mean, but that's what it is. It's been able to be in the business of community building. So there.
She don't want me to say nothing about President Obama. That's her friend. So let me. So my auntie is fire. So anyway, we are so excited today to talk to y'all about real resources post-COVID.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of people have been on me about what are you doing with Crawl Before You Ball, Buffy? What are you going to do with Crawl Before You Ball? And I have really been just feeling a certain kind of way about how I had it structured, given that, you know, I'm like fussing at people and telling them how to spend their money, how to save. But it's a lot of people right now, there ain't no there. There's no money to save. You know, they can't pay their rent. The government barely is giving any stimulus, which really is not a stimulus, survival payments to help people survive during this global pandemic. And I just felt like it was becoming a bit elitist of me to say, don't do this, don't do that. And so our focus is in 2021 to, with Crawl Before You Ball, help provide people with ways to earn money. The first step, then I'll fuss at your ass about saving it. Sorry, TT, you know I cursed. So, you know, I'm going to help people learn to earn money, give you resources so you can get a coin that wires, right? I feel like that's a better way to honor you all. And we're going to use this platform to bring all that. My aunt and I have a company together. Yeah.
Yes. This is our 2021. Yes.
2021 yes. Smarter People Resources. And we are going to be hiring hundreds of people. Teaching hundreds of people.
Hundreds. Well, I say hundreds, and actually, you know, really, it's really hundreds and thousands. Okay. The reality is that we have got to put people are going back to work. Okay. And we also know that there is tremendous change that's taking place. All of this stuff in terms of remote, all of this stuff in terms of distance-based, all of these things in terms of what are the kinds of critical skills that you have to have. And the other part about it is, and this was what really spoke to my soul. I mean, Buffy and I have talked about these kind of things in the past. And I said, you know what, we just said we need to stop talking about it and we need to start doing it. Okay. I have always said, I told her I can talk about this all day because we ain't making it up. Okay. And I'm saying, I have always said that if you take care of the people will take care of the product. And so when we come out with this whole thing in terms of, so how do you want to, in fact, wind up being able that people not only get a job, but they get a good job, that people not only think about things from the standpoint of a job, but they think about career and career tracks and employability and being able to start and sustain their own businesses. Okay. Well, key to that at the very beginning, you got to have information, knowledge and information, because if you don't have the knowledge and information about what you want to do, you won't be successful, whether it's a job or whether it's your own business. But exposing people to the broad range of what are the different types of careers that are out there and what are the opportunities. And then I think, and this is the other part I really love about David and when you deal with young people, I'm telling you, they keep me real. Okay. All of the trauma and the uncertainty that this world has put them in. So you can't just go out there just talking about, I'm a job. I'm going to tell you about a job. You have to really be prepared we have to be prepared to really understand, be caring about people as total people. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And really bring that perspective into it as well. So, I mean, it's a whole lot going on here. We're a little kind of a weird group in a way, but that's all right. It's weird good. I got a son that's a Reiki master, does all. I mean, really, but you have to really be about the total person. And the other part of it, I do a lot with youth. but trying to talk about doing with youth, and it's all, but their parents, if their parents and their guardians and their households are unstable because their parents and everything do not have the means to be able to do things, you're only hitting a piece of the iceberg. So I know that's a whole lot going around in there, but the reality is that we will wind up, I'm a person of faith, we will wind up rebuilding, and we will rebuild better and stronger, and we will build back better, stronger, and inclusively, where everybody, in fact, winds up having a real opportunity to be able to be part of this American, not just American dream, this American reality. So that just means we all got to work on it together.
That's my TT, y'all. You can't have her. She's all mine.
She's all
amazing. So I've been charged with coming out of partial retirement and so has my auntie, because this is our calling. We're going to do this. And it's not about just saying, okay, here's a job, click here. It's about preparing you for those jobs. And giving you the skills. And it's not always you got to have some PhD, and all that's great. My aunt, Dave, they're very educated people, but you can have a great career, not just a job. You can have a great career with good benefits for your family, for your life. And all you need sometimes is a certification. It's a trade. And we got to get back to where we are not like looking down on people because they get a trade.
Absolutely. So, I
would like TT to talk a little bit about the nonprofit Aya, and David's going to jump in because that all is in the mix before we get to the.
Well, you know, like I said, I have worked I'm supposed to be retired, but I worked the infrastructure sectors for like 40 years. Okay. And when I came out and I said, I had never been a K through 12 educator at all. Okay. And I'm saying I worked in education. I mean, I've taught things and everything. It's always been at the college level. But I knew from the sector that I was in, which was transportation, that no matter where I was, we were always talking about, certainly the last 20 years, where's the next workforce going to come from? Because candidly, most of the positions in areas like transportation, water, energy, communications, like, you need the PhD, whatever, but the majority of the positions are frontline positions. I want everybody to have every kind of degree they can, but I can't say it enough. They do not require a college degree. Okay. Now they do in fact require a lot of real job knowledge. There's no question, but that things like these STEM and STEAM foundations are very good foundations. You need a lot of, most of the time it's technical institutes, that type of thing, apprenticeship programs and that, but you do not require a college degree. And I'm talking about elevators, escalators. I'm gonna talk about what I know of, signals, rail vehicle maintenance, all of that. These positions do not require the college degree. So, and because of the fact, and I could just go on this. So my whole thing in terms of Aya, so here I was in transportation for 40 years, knowing that we had people issues. So then I start sitting down with executives who are from other critical infrastructure sectors like water and energy and communication. And it's like I could have closed my ears and my eyes. They were saying the same things that we were saying in transportation. So fast forward, that's what led me 3 years ago to stop talking about it. And I said, Beverly, you can proselytize, and it's all right to lobby and all that. I said, but you can proselytize till the cows come home. I said, I am going to get my hands into, and that's when I talked to Buffy and them. I said, I want to literally winding up trying to make a difference in some kids' lives, actually doing something, okay, and not just talking about it. And so we just stepped out there on faith in the Lord, okay, and said, introducing, I said, I'm not ever going in another classroom and only talk about my sector. I'm going to talk about all of them because they all have a similar foundation. I said, every one of them has major documented problems in terms of not having people of color and women, okay? And I said, and the thing about it is, for the most part, a lot of kids don't even know what these careers are all about, okay? So anyway, long story short, that's how we, I started Aya, and it's in its third year now. We've done major. I'm through piloting now. We have piloted for 2 years.
Proving the concept.
That's right. We know we have proof of concept. We don't have so. We had our first big program was in Washington D.C. District of Columbia Public Schools with a school I have volunteered at for 25 years almost. Cardozo Transgender. Cardozo clerks. We love Cardozo. Okay. So, and it's not a magnet school. It's not a charter school program. In fact, when I was going to Howard, it was the red light district. But of course, now everything is gentrified. But the kids that go to the school are still poor kids. Okay. And so we did our first program there. And Cardozo is always our national partner. Like I said, they've been doing this stuff for like 30 some years. Okay. And I said they're a special program, but they've never been exclusive. Never been exclusive. Okay. And then we just finished our program this summer with in partnership in Chicago, and that was a totally 100%. We didn't plan it that way to start out, but with the pandemic, it was 100% distance based at home. We were blessed to be able to actually gift all the kids that we had in our cohort, our My Beloved Community cohort, with computers. Okay. And home internet. So when you hear me on an absolute rip snort, when we talk about inclusion, when this infrastructure package moves in Washington, it better have high-speed internet, broadband, accessibility and affordability for every single American family. If we can put people on the moon, we can make this happen, because this digital divide that we have known and we have talked about for years has been laid open by this pandemic. And so when you hear us in Smarter Resources talking about what all the smarter is, okay, I'm saying these kinds of issues in terms of communities that are under-resourced, not having the kind of capability that the household is going to need in order to be able to have good education and be able to have remote jobs and all this kind of stuff like that. We got to, as the young people say, we got to be clicking on all the cylinders. We got to be walking, talking, and chewing gum all at the same time, because otherwise we're going to be completely left in the heat. So I am reading all.
Man, got to do your product crunch, TT. Gonna put him in the crate, baby.
Yeah, so it's all that kind of stuff like that, and these things are going to be happening so fast in terms of recovery and all of that. That, you know what, but we've got to recover right, and we've got to recover with everybody being able to recover and really doing things that we've known, but they are not a convenience anymore. They never were. Okay, I think if there's anything this pandemic has really shown all of us, is that because it's opened up all the seams, all the things. You know, my grandmother sewed for a living. She was a seamstress. And she right away flip that stuff over on the other side, and you'd look at those seams and how that stuff came together. Well, see, you could close it on the outside if you didn't know what you were doing. What the pandemic has done, it has ripped all this stuff apart. We're not gonna be able to function in a 21st century if everybody is not 21st century equipped.
Right.
Okay. And so so in Smarter, we want to bring a lot of that, like Buffy said, you can't just deal or talk about the job. Okay, it really does have to really be around the total person. And I'm not trying to say we can be a chicken in every pot. Okay, but I tell you one thing: we got a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience. Our values are in the right place. Okay, I tell people all the time, you got to be values aligned. Okay, and caring. Okay, it can't just be about punching the thing and it's a job. Yeah, you got to get work done, and you want to get it done. You want to get it done well, but you also want to be able to. You want to care about people. And I'll say this is the last thing. I still remember those people who touched my life when I was growing up. I can remember third grade teacher Miss Tolbert. I was a little kid, grew up in the riots in Cleveland, Ohio. Miss Tolbert made you believe that you could do anything. Okay. And as a little snot-nosed little kid, I went to the Caramu. I could see my mom and them after church. with them donuts they fry and everything, so they could get our little kitty together so the kids could have it, go places and see the museums and the planetariums and all that kind of stuff like that. All of those little things, they may have seemed like little things, but they were eye-opening. It was exposures, it was experiences, and it was values, okay? And so that's the kind of stuff that we got to bring. We got to bring it. All got to be in the pot. All got to be in the pot, okay? So anyway, so that's what that's what we working on.
So baby, and she left out something. She paid the kids were paid how much for this intern?
Oh yeah, we pay. We don't do things without the kids got the stipend. So it depends. Our programs always we don't do work that doesn't have the stipend. So we didn't do the stipend, but our partner did, and that's the Chicago Transit Authority. I give it out to them. They were minimum wage. That was about $13 in the District of Columbia. The program we did the first year, half of the stipend came from the Mayor's Summer Youth Program, but then for the kids, all the kids who successfully completed, we made up the difference, and that is a $16 minimum wage in the District of Columbia. So when our cohort of about 20 kids graduated, they had been getting their little weekly stipends from the district. Those kids graduated and had little checks before they went back, and they were 11th and 12th graders that were about $2,500. Okay, and I'm saying,
Yeah.
and so these are and then we give them all these technical gizmos.
Yeah, they got laptops.
They do their own videos on. We have a group at Harvard that works with us on the My Beloved community. So if we weren't in the pandemic, but we still did a version of it virtually. The youth, they all know how to use their phones, but they don't know how to really do narration and storytelling and video editing and all that. So we get the authentic voice of young people, but we show them how to get video editing equipment and all that. And they have their lavaliers with the mic stuff. And so they tell their own stories. And you'll see some of those stories if you go to the website, www.iya.org. Okay. And then you'll see some of the it's IYAI. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a link probably over to Buffy's, okay? Because you start getting everybody with all this II over here and something over here.
Yeah, TT put the link in the comments.
Okay. I'll put the link in the comments.
So I tried to put it here. We're gonna type it here because
TT, I don't mean you, TT. I mean TT, my moderator.
Okay. And then that way you can kind of get a picture, and you don't have to be shopping all around for these things, but you'll actually be able to hook up to see some of the work that our youth, 11th and 12th graders, have done with their own stories, okay, about infrastructure, the impact of infrastructure on their lives, okay, and it's really their voices, okay, it's really unbelievable. In fact, it how important youth are in this, okay, but you can't do youth without doing families. Can't do youth without families. But it was it didn't even strike me. We had a session we were doing with some of the youth with I'm not trying to be funny, but actually with the kids of the Abernathy, Reverend David Abernathy and his wife. I was very blessed that our founding board for Introducing Youth to American Infrastructure, Inc., we were blessed to have had the late Dr. Juanita Jones Abernathy, who was on the board. So we named our community builder internship, the first we've ever done. We have 4 interns, okay, that are all from the program working with us. And we named that in honor of Mrs. Abernathy, and who we love tremendously. I mean, I can only broke my heart. So yesterday, the Abernathy children, Wandalyn, Donzale, and Kwame, we did a piece with the youth who are the community builder interns that were named in their mom's honor. We had a program with them. And they were talking about their lives and growing up, okay, in the civil rights movement. The oldest daughter was actually in the home when it was bombed in Birmingham, okay. And so to make a long story short, I did not realize that Dr. King and Dr. Abernathy were 26 and 29 years old when they were first asked to start the movement before Rosa Parks. I know I knew it, but I didn't actually realize that they were that young, okay?
Yeah.
So when people talk about how important youth are in movements and in change and being engaged, I said, oh my God, I said, I always thought of them as like 30 and 40, like 40 people, but they were 26 and 29 years old when they were called upon to actually lead the development of the plan that led to the Montgomery bus boycott.
TT, we got a lot of people who want to ask us questions, so we're going to bring them in. This is a good question from Tanya. Is it only for youth and young people? I'm 37. I'm gonna let you answer that, TT.
Oh no, this AYA is a youth program, but the Smarter People Resources, no, absolutely open, absolutely open to all age groups. Absolutely.
Yeah. You're starting a new career, you found that you are underemployed or not employed at all post-COVID, and you want to do something new. It's for everybody. So I'm going to bring in a couple of callers. Let me figure out how to do this real quick, and we're going to take your questions live. Hey, Mabel, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing, Buffy?
Hey.
Hi, Miss Beverly. Hi, David.
Hi, Miss Mabel. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. We're on the West Coast together. I'm not far from where you're at.
Oh, great.
So my question is, I think it was Tina, whomever said about the age expectation thing. I'm sorry. So my question is, so I found the website because I'm doing things on the phone and the internet right now.
Yes.
Trying to find stuff. So my question is, I know what I want to do for myself, but I have a daughter who's 16. Now she's in the California. You know, we are not the most, California is not my place to live, but that's where I'm at. I'm from Arkansas. So I'm wondering, can she do something like that as well? I mean, I know I see the resources. I'm able to do that myself, but is that something that would help her? Because she's already made it clear to me she's not about college life. She goes to school. She does what she's supposed to do, which I appreciate. But I want to make sure that she has something she can use. And my son did mechanics. He did a trade. Good. But I'm curious, is that something that's, right? Should I start doing that with her now?
You know what? I'm going to say to you that you got two venues. Well, at least in terms of us, you got two tracks here. Okay. One of them, I just make sure and just put everything through Buffy. And I mean, we are family. So I don't want to, like I said, get people all over the place. But if she has a particular interest, in fact, I've not done any programming for AYA in the West Coast. And and in 2021, because this is my home base, I've actually started those to do something with AYA that's actually out here. So your daughter, so you should actually tell her, and I do so much, I have kids on this telephone, I mean, consistently. And you know what happens. It was just like when I was raising my son, I felt like I was raising the UN. Okay. So you can definitely, but one of the things, and this is why we deal with the total person. One of the things that I would say to you is that in this whole thing, in terms of career counseling and talking to what opportunities are, that will be one element that we actually will be including in the Smarter Resources piece. Okay. And I'm saying, because because you really, for example, if I had known when I was going to school, and let's be real about it, these 11th and 12th graders, these are 16, 17, 18, 19 years old. If I had known, if somebody had told me that if I were going to wind up going into, like, I'm just going to stick in my lane, infrastructure career, that a STEM, they call these science, technology, STEM related jobs, average amount of money, not counting benefits, that I would have made an hour was $38 an hour, compared to a non-STEM position, which is 18 to 19. If somebody $1 an hour, and that's not counting any benefits, that's not counting any of that. If anybody had even given me those kinds of words when I was growing up, I can assure you that it would have resonated with me as a 9th, 10th, and 11th and 12th grader. So where do you get that kind of stuff? People don't tell you it. Normally in school, you don't hear those kinds of things. So one of the things that we've talked about in terms of what you have to do with Smarter in this total thing, when does that link start in terms of talking to young people and just familiarizing them with what options are? I can tell you right now, I'm going to take a Smarter class. And let me tell you what the Smarter class going to be. It's going to be it's going to be on digital proficiency. Okay. I wish you'd see all these little computer things I got sitting in front of me. And I am what you call most of America is. I'm what you call a digitally fragmented person. I did not grow up in this generation of this computerization, and I've done it jimmy rig. And so when you're talking about the new jobs, and when people talk about these are the careers that are going to go away, but don't worry about it. There's going to be all these other jobs. But let me tell you what all those other jobs require. Digital, beyond even proficiency, excellence. And so those are the kinds of things that are reskilling and upskilling opportunities, as well as new skilling opportunities. And there's a lot of places. Where do you go to get that? Okay, I'm saying. So what I'm saying to you is that so I would say if she's very interested in infrastructure, please just tell her, just send her my way. And there's and we have all that, the links to she can come in. But I would also say, I think smarter, and we'll have a component in the program that actually just talks about kind of career counseling and just career opportunities. Okay, and then I'll be quiet.
Thank you, Mabel. I'm gonna have to keep you and TT to this 2 minutes.
I know, because we're not 2 minute people. I know, this is terrible.
It's okay. Thank you for all the information. I'm going to keep watching and write everything down. Thank you guys so much.
All right, love you. Thank you so much. We're going to bring Tamiko in next. Thank you so much for waiting. We appreciate you. Give me 1 second, Tamiko. All right, there you go. How are you, Tamiko?
Finding you. Good afternoon. My question is, I think I'm totally off topic on this YouTube right here, but my question is about student loans real quick. Can I ask that, or is it?
Well, we kind of want to stick to jobs today, but okay, so I will tell you, I have had a show about student loans and student loans.
I've seen that one.
Okay.
So the job, what is the Google certificate that you was talking about earlier on your live?
Coursera, and TT, not Auntie, TT put the link for Coursera. Google certificates down below. And it's a 3-month program, and it costs about $300, but you can apply for a scholarship and they'll cover it for you. I've had many of my followers, family, I call y'all, who applied for the scholarship, showed me proof that they got it, finished the class, and have gotten jobs with Google and are making $60,000, $70,000 a year from home. So TT will post that shortly in the comments, and then I will bring it on the screen. But it's Coursera, and yeah, just click on the Google Certificates program. She's adding it now. Go ahead. Okay.
So when will you have the guy back on for the student loans?
I don't know. You have to subscribe and click notifications. I got a lot going on, but I'll bring Brian back soon. Okay, I promise.
What is his name again? I'm sorry.
Brian Ponder. Google Brian Ponder, attorney at law. And if you go to that show I did, all his information is listed there.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, we're gonna bring Matthews NIC1. You're on mute, darling. How you doing, Matthew?
I'm fine. How are you?
We're good. Welcome. What's your question or comment?
Really my comment, and I'll just keep it short. In my thing, I said I've been stalking you since I believe I saw you post on TikTok about obtaining a mortgage broker certification.
Yes.
It took about 8 weeks. And I've looked that up and started that process.
Yay!
And in my comment I wanted, and it's when you can, that I've been going back kind of through your TikToks and videos just to kind of catalog the information and develop like some steps for myself and notes. So if there's any way possibly when you're not super busy, because you're all are amazing, if there could be some tags. I know they come through the videos, but I do like if you can immediately go to it or refer back to it. And that's it.
You hear this? I'm telling my assistant. TT, did you hear her?
I heard. That's a good idea. Exactly.
Heard you. So my assistant heard you, and they will get on that. That's a great idea. And
thank you as well, TT. No, I saw that one TikTok video and I have been on it since that day.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. That's so lovely of you.
You all are amazing and I appreciate you so much.
Thank you. We appreciate you
bless
for
you.
calling in, and we
Thank
will
you.
get on that. And I promise you, we'll get it done. All right, TT, I see you shaking your head up and down.
Yes,
I
yes.
got a team of young people. They'll work on it.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right,
you.
you have a good day. We're gonna bring Lashia in. Hold on, let me see how to. Okay. Hey, Lashia, how are you? Lashia,
I'm fine.
good. What's your question or comment?
One, I want to say, I loved you since the first time I saw you on television. When you left, I stopped watching.
Oh,
um,
thank you.
I like honest people, and I really adore everything about you and your husband. I'm a 26-year-old and I attend Southern University. I'm in pre-vet med.
What? Free med, eh?
Hey,
So
Yes, we need more doctors.
yes,
going
ma'am.
to
I'm
psychiatry and
trying
hit me
to
up when you're out. We'll get you a job.
Did you hear Dave? He said, go on to psychiatry and hit him up when you get out. He'll hire you.
oh, I would definitely do that because I'm trying to master neurology as well. Um,
Oh,
I,
good.
Fantastic.
I'm in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and I'm kind of having like a issue with trying to apply to vet clinics because with vet school I need the GPA, 3 letters of recommendation, and experience. But in Baton Rouge, it's just with COVID, no one wants to hire. So I'm trying to find like a different alternative for work while I'm in school because since COVID, we've been doing online classes since March, and it's now next year into January, and we start school on the 20th. So I'm trying to just find something that I can do where I can make some kind of money and I can just be
Yep,
comfortable
yep,
while I'm in school.
yep, yep,
Well,
yep, yep.
I would say that you should go to justbeingbuffy.com, and in the top right corner it says need a job. Click that pink button and give us your information, and we will get in contact with you about opportunities that we have for you to be able to work from home. Our opportunities are nationwide. They're not just in Georgia or in California. You can
Right.
have the ability to work from home. We have gigs that run 24 hours, 7 days a week, so you can pick up a time that works for you when you're finished with your studies. We're trying to be totally inclusive and helpful. Auntie, you want to add anything to that?
No, I think this is, I mean, this is, you couldn't have a better timing for this conversation. Okay. So that's all this. There's going to be so much it's already remote, but you're going to have more and more of it. And so really trying to position to be able to help people with that is part of what we're trying to do as well. Mhm.
Yes, ma'am. I'm like a jack of all trades as well, so I can do a lot of stuff. I just recently got married, so my husband is in Japan right now with the Navy. So
Oh,
Yep. Yep.
congrats.
Congrats and thank him. Please thank him for his service.
Yeah.
oh,
Mhm.
I will, and thank you guys from just giving a lot of information. And Buffy, keep up with the TikToks. If they are angry, too bad. I love honest
You know they
stuff.
be mad, honey. They been coming for me. You
So
know.
I enjoy that. But thank you guys so much.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Okay,
Thank
have a
you.
good day.
You too, and you guys stay safe.
You too.
Thank
All right,
you.
so TT, we're gonna go some of these questions, these comments. Hold on 1 second. Let me scroll back up and get to some of these these questions. Y'all don't be shy if you want to come on live. We love the interaction. Oh, I love this comment. Kennedy Monroe. I remember when people would be at a gas station offering to pump your gas or wash your window for $1. Now they just beg with no intended progression. What I like about is the first sentence where we used to have full service gas stations.
Yep. Yep.
I loved it. I loved
Yep.
it. It was an honorable job.
Yep.
It was an honorable job, and they got rid of it because of all this technology. People don't. Let's see. Oh, thank you. I must wonder. Pretty Miss G about to be my
Mhm.
Aya.org is the website, y'all. Jot it down. It's in the comments. Oh, look, someone said Tracy Bergman. I love her name. I tried for railroad signal repair, and I was the only female, only Black in the room. Needless to say, it didn't. I don't know what the rest of it is. Tracy, come in and tell us about that experience on the live. Really, BTV. I worked DCPS for 10 years. Small world. People are loving your speech about bringing out high-speed internet. We need free network resources.
Yep.
I'm trying to find these questions.
Yep.
Let's see. I have said that this pandemic exposed a lot of people and businesses. Correct. And the vulnerabilities.
Right.
You can talk on that for years, honey. Let's see. I think we are missing a bigger point, though. These politicians and people in positions of power want to keep people ignorant. They low key defeated.
Well, you know what I say on that is that, and this is what we tell our youth in the program, because we also try to develop their civic muscle, is that a democracy is not free. You got to work it, okay? And so my point in all this lethargy about what we can't make a difference and all this kind of stuff like that is that we must struggle, and democracy is something that you work on all the time. So I tell people, I tell our young people, I said, well, you know what? You be the change. Don't let anybody take that away. You be the change that you want to see. And so the reason that these people are in position is because we put them in position, or we didn't, or we said, oh, I don't have it don't matter. I don't make a difference, and let it happen. And so my thing about that, for every single person I'm sitting is because there are a lot of people that helped me get here. And I'm telling you, I'm not rolling. Okay. And none of us should. So you know what? It starts. I tell people you can go march in DC. Done that too. But the fight starts in your own household, on your own street, in your own neighborhood, in your own work. And we all got to do the work of democracy. And so that's it. So that's the
okay. Don't get TT crying, y'all.
Don't get me don't get me started.
This sounds great, but how would this translate to those that are of a vintage? Oh, I love that vintage age.
Vintage age.
Unfortunately, starting over. I don't think it's unfortunate to start over. I think it's exciting to start over. Right?
It is.
It's exciting to do something new and a fresh career in a new world. A lot of people are starting over. Look at it as a positive, and this is all available for everybody. Honestly, me, I prefer, no shade to the youth. I prefer to hire vintage folk because they got soft skills.
Yep. When I said that about I'm gonna be one of the first people in Smarter. Okay, I've done, because I grew up in pen and paper. I'm telling you, okay, and so all of the technology and everything it doesn't come intuitively to me, and I know myself that it's a world that I have to be in. I mean, I had to be in it. I was blessed to have my grandmother and my mother so they were very old, and I had to get my mother to use an ATM. To get her to use it, I had to show her. So I'm just saying, I'm learning all the time. This is what I say. I'm learning anytime that you stop learning, that's when you get stupid. Okay. Yep. And I'm saying, and there's a difference between stupidity and ignorance. Ignorance is just a lack of experience and exposure. Stupid, you control it. Okay. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And so all your life, we gonna be learning, and in this world, it's gonna be about continuous learning. Always putting tools in your toolkit, and that's the way it's gonna be. So I just say, buckle up.
We talked about that earlier today. I said I want to end this culture of telling people that they're thirsty. Like, you shouldn't be thirsty. We all dehydrated, and we highly accomplished people. But I don't mess with people who fully hydrated. I don't trust them, because that means you think you know everything and you ain't learning nothing else. And when people try to say, "Oh, you thirsty," that's their way to stop you from your grind. Don't fall for the okie doke. Keep it popping.
Keep going. That's it. Keep moving. Mm-hmm. And if you fall down and mess up,
I was just going to say, I want to know what vintage is. Am I considered vintage? I mean, this sounds like a good thing.
Yeah,
we're gonna steal that.
When you put vintage in there, I thought about what my son and them told me when I came out this way, only because they lived here. And they said, "Well, Mom, we know exactly where the neighborhood you should be in." You know, the more, they didn't want me to be where they were. They told me, they said the more mature people live there. I said, "What you trying to tell me? The old people?" So I'm gonna give him. He's coming to pick some okra up today, so I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna say, "They say, well, now I know a new one, vintage."
Vintage. Okay, y'all, we're confusing everybody. So let me tell y'all something. Don't look up Smarter People resources. All you need to do is go to justbeingbuffy.com. Click on my website, and in the top right, there's a pink button that says "Need a job? Apply here," and it'll take you to the form for Smarter. And then if you want to find out information about our nonprofit, AYA, go to aya.org. Two different things. Okay. There are links on my website for Aya too, but I mean, so don't worry. We'll put all this up before we end, and we're going to end in 16 minutes. Boy, it goes by fast, an hour. So here's the site, justbeingbuffy.com. If you're an adult looking for a new job, just like my aunt said, we're going to be hiring hundreds, if not thousands of people. And we need to get y'all's information in now so that, we know, that you're ready. Let me look and see. All right, here we go. This is an Aya question. Are you looking to expand into any new school districts right now? I currently teach in the county of Maryland. I think my school would be a great option. I think, Auntie, aren't we looking at the county right now?
Yeah, just contact me once again. Send it through the Buffy. Send it through the information, because it's really your local community and your partnerships. We've got sample curriculum and all of that. And like I told you, District of Columbia, we're just right there anyway. So please, I would, so anyway, I'd be delighted to talk with you.
This, you know what? If you have specific questions, y'all could email me. It'll go to TC, my assistant.
Right.
And she will route it to Auntie's assistant.
Right.
And she will get you to the appropriate place. That might be the easier thing to do.
Right.
If you have specific questions about Aya related programs, or if it's not that if you want to help and offer jobs for people, if it's not just that I need a job or I want to help my kids learn about Aya, participate in the program, just send an email. My assistants will route everything to the proper place. But I'm going to list Aya again. Hold on one second. Here it is. Aya.org, and it's in the comments, y'all. If you just scroll up, you'll see everything in the comments. So I'm going to go back up to see another. RJ says, I have 2 degrees. I wish conversations like these were offered so I could have made more informed decisions about my career path and possibly save myself from student loan debt. Great information. Thank you, RJ.
Thank you.
Let's see. Back to Aya, youth opportunities. Oh, we have Matthew's back. I'll let you in. Hold on one second. What's your question, darling? Did you come back?
Oh, I'm sorry. That was a mistake. I had accidentally logged out.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye, Marion.
Let me kick you for the studio. Here we go. It happens sometimes. Okay, wait. Here we go. This is Lashia, by the way. Did I say her name wrong? I'm sorry. That was just on live. This is my Instagram. You see me commenting all the time. Hey, we appreciate your support. Y'all go over to Just Being Buffy. You are so on point, Miss Beverly. Yes, she is.
Hey, Miss Maple.
Let's see. Here we go. Carrie Solomon. Hi, Buffy, Dave, and Mrs. Scott. Do you need a job opportunity from home available for a person who lives in the Caribbean like myself? I am 19, trying to start a business. Any advice for me? Love you guys. Yeah, all of our positions, not all, but most of our positions are remote, right?
Right.
And if you want to start a small business, I actually have talked about starting a business on several of my YouTube shows. So if you go back and look through the catalog, I've only had a few because I just started my YouTube. You'll get some great information. But I always say this, make sure if you're young that you get a job that can pay your bills, what it costs you to be you, before you break out and try to start a business. Because the way to set yourself up for failure is to compound the stress that you have with trying to start a business when you don't have the financial resources to, make sure you got a roof over your head and food in your mouth. So it is belly. And so, it sounds difficult, but it's not. You just have to work a little hard. You young and got a lot of energy. I'm sure I did it. I started my first business with $499, and I had 3 other jobs because I had to pay the bills. And you just do that until the business makes enough where you can leave your job where you're going to get paid every
right.
month. And a lot of people say they don't believe that you have to be passionate about what it is you're going to do in business. And I feel like you should, because you ain't going to work that hard if you're not.
Yeah.
Right? But good question. Let's see. Oh, it's like shea butter. Okay, Lachey. Thank you. I hate when I mess up people names, so I appreciate you for telling me. We need something like this in Louisville, Kentucky. Like Auntie said, she has the Aya program. It's turnkey.
Yeah.
Holla at hola BuffyLLC.com, and we will get you to her assistance. And they
absolutely.
Thank you very much. You guys are such a blessing. It's exactly what we need. Keep talking to people Thank you, Auntie. She's so great, isn't she?
Oh, thank you.
I literally called her at the last minute, because y'all know how I do. We can be hiring for remote jobs. We will be hiring for remote jobs. Tennis Channel, Buffy, how do I get your book, Crawl Before You Ball? So I do not sell my book, Crawl Before You Ball. I'm gonna tell y'all why. Everybody knows 1 + 1 = 2, right? And y'all know that if something costs $3, you ain't got enough money to buy that, right? Yet y'all still bed bars still to buy it at $3, right? You done read Susie Orman's books, who I don't agree with. Y'all done read James Ramsey's books, who I don't agree with, and you're still buying the stuff for $3 and they got $2. So I don't think that books are the only component involved in changing your mindset about money. And so the only way you get my book is if you attend one of my financial interventions. And I put you through the work, honey. And so we used to do the interventions at hotels, and I would run around like I'm Oprah Winfrey, fussing at people and making it fun. And we bring your laptop and your bills, and we go through everything and put budgets together for you. But I can't do that post-COVID. So my team was reimagining Crawl Before You Ball in a post-COVID virtual environment.
Right.
When you attend one of my virtual financial interventions, and you've had your counseling from Dr. David Purselle, because there is a mental health component to overspending.
Right.
That you got to deal with. And me, you got to deal with not caring about what Tom, Dick, and Harry, and Peter, Paul, Mary Jones, everybody in them think about you and what you're doing with your finances. Because if you're steady worried about folks looking at you crazy because you're on a budget, then you never go get control of your finances. You got to control. You have to get where you can say, nope, I'm not doing that because I'm crawling right now. We need to make crawling sexy, and so it's coming. Don't worry. Give a girl time.
Buffy, let me say something too, and this is when you get into and another component of financial literacy, and I get it in our program. I have a little piece on it. Is people don't understand about total compensation. Okay, I talked to when I said that part about $18 versus $38, $39 an hour. They do not understand about total compensation. They understand. So what is total comp? Total comp means the cost of your benefits, your medical, your sick leave, your all of that. That all goes into your financial planning. So you have one type of planning, and if you have no concept of that, I had one lady that sat up. She was one of the speakers this summer on the program, and she was laughing with the young people. She works at UPS now. She's on the maintenance side and all that. And she started laughing. She said, it was the first time in my life that I ever had a job where somebody paid me not to come to work. And everybody was listening to all the young people listening because it was the first time this is a difference with a good job. It was the first time she had ever had a position where she had 2.5 weeks of paid vacation.
Right.
And understand, and those are all the components of the different kinds of things that you have to look at in terms of your financial picture, in ensuring that our young people, that everybody has that appreciation, and then you can make better lifelong decisions. So we just keep it real, but it's
100 right here. So we're gonna bring in Shawn, a fan favorite. Like this really is Shawn's show. I'm tired of doing shows and people like, where is Shawn?
Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. How's everybody?
We good, favorite. Good. You know, TT and Shawn, they work together.
I know, this is our family. That's it. It really is. It is. Okay.
Shawn created that form for y'all to apply for these jobs. So if there's any problems, fuss at him.
Yeah, I take all the blame. I just wanted to chime in. I didn't really have a question. I just wonder how y'all doing today. How y'all doing today?
Right. Brother. Go ahead.
I'm so proud of y'all. Y'all doing big things out there. So proud of y'all. I mean, I'm excited.
You know what? And I'm the vintage one, so I get to say this. Then they're gonna tell me. But now let me tell you, this is another one I tell young people. Everybody cannot be in your front row. You need to pick your people that are gonna be in your front row carefully, okay, of your life. And so this is what we're talking about right here. When Shawn came in, this is honestly Buffy. This is extended family. Okay. And so as a total component of who you are as a person. So you'll never do anything by yourself. And so always who are the kind of people, the kind of energy, the kind of values that you want to be around you and in your life. Okay. And so that's another part of the whole thing of success. And those are, I mean, I'm just saying, this is the kind of realness that we kind of try to bring to it. And it all makes a difference.
We love Shawn.
Thank you, Alicia.
I can call Shawn at 1:30 a.m. and his wife will be like, "It's Buffy. Go ahead and answer."
Absolutely.
That is so true. That is so true.
You know something going on, and he always has all of our backs, and we love him so much, and he's just such a good person, such good energy, and always has been in my front row, and I hope he feels that I'm in his front row as well.
Definitely front row, VIP seat.
I know why I sit at the end. It ain't no problem. You know I ain't that bougie.
That's right. Amen. Front row seats cost, and you know what? They don't cost. It's not even the money piece. I tell young people, I said, now how do you know a front row person? When you finish talking or in that person's presence, how do you feel? Do you feel uplifted? You can go knock the world down or whatever. Or when you finish talking to somebody or being in their presence, can you feel like, oh, I can't do this, or life is whatever? And I don't want to overdo it, but life is, it's not easy, but you got to really be. And so making sure that you try to keep positive, real positive energy around you is important.
Don't I call you with crazy ideas and you like, you can do it. This is how you do it. I'm going to send you the links right now. Don't say you can't do it. You can do it. While we talk about it,
I don't even tell you all the things that they tell me all the time.
Pull your book off the shelf, Shawn. Where your book at?
Let me pull it off the shelf, honey. Give me a book right there. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. We got that one.
Yeah, put your books out, honey.
They're wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got this one.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask you guys. I am promoting something. It's called Why Not Now. It's called the Entrepreneur's Guide to Getting Started.
Yes.
This guide talks about a variety of things, and it's free. I'm not charging for it. If people go to ShawnBrooks.com/new.
Put that up, TT, assistant TT. ShawnBrooks.com. What'd you say? Now.
/now. The reason I say that, it's one thing that hit me when I was writing this is that, it's time after the COVID that people start owning more shares of their life. Mm-hmm. We do so much. It's no problem, yes, having a job, but I always thought that, what if that day you go to the job and they say, we don't need you?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So yes, jobs are great. We want to promote jobs. At the same time, think, what could you do to own more shares in your life?
Yeah. If you lose your job, create one.
Yes.
Create one. Hire yourself. But
it is a free download.
Have some coins. You pay your bills.
Have that savings.
You got to have some savings.
Got to have some backups. Yeah. It takes a little bit of time to get that business up and going.
So be about it to be able to work a couple gigs to build your business. But Shawn, the only way you ever gonna make sure that nobody can fire you is if you hire yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. So now I was just promoting it. I just wanted to give it away free for people. It's just a mindset of what some things that you can think about. The olden days where, like I was telling my wife, when I went to school and I had wood shop, I had metal shop, and I had home economics. I learned how to sew. So when I left high school, I could have just went into a career because I had something, but they don't give that stuff anymore.
Yeah.
A lot of people are in debt as a result, but anyway, I hope I didn't take too much time, guys.
No, but I'm gonna take that. I'm putting that over here for the young people. Absolutely.
Shawn and Dave, people talking about they ain't get confirmation emails, so I'm need y'all to figure that out.
I'll tell you, we're getting lots of inquiries in. We're getting them. I think that there may be a technical issue we've got to get worked out with the form to make sure you're getting those confirmations. But we will respond to everybody that we've gotten an email from. that we've gotten a form from and let you know that we've received your information.
And if you don't hear from us before tomorrow, just send an email to hola@buffyllc.com. I'm gonna put that up. Give us till mañana to respond. Shawn looked at me like Cici looked at me like
I laugh all the time because all of us, we do windows and floors.
I want to get response emails from me at 2:00 in the morning because I don't see. But don't worry, we'll get back from y'all. And if you don't hear back from us, just email us. But try again, mañana.
Yeah, so I will say we've gotten about over 60 people that have filled out the form on the website. So,
oh, that's wonderful.
We're so excited. Y'all gonna be so excited. We paying. Y'all work from home. What you can do, you don't have to have a college degree for these first set of jobs. It's a We're trying to figure out how to get y'all laptops if you don't have one, like Auntie said, and Wi-Fi. Like one thing she found when she did the summer program with the kids is Xfinity has a service. You tell them about it, Auntie.
Oh, well, honestly, it was Comcast. And so what we found was that that you could literally, it was a $9. Well, the first 60 days were free. Okay. And then after that, it was $9. It was like $9 some a month. But one of the things that we were able to do, because, once again, you're talking about remote a lot in this pandemic. There are a lot of kids that did not have home internet service, or if they did, it was very grainy. And what they would have normally had to do was go to public libraries. And all those things were closed. Okay, and I'm saying. And so we were able to do we were able to give all that information to the families about the free service. But then the other thing too is that we gave some gift cards and stuff so that it would be a motivation for the families to continue it beyond the 60-day period of time. So there's a lot of, there's so many things that are out there. This is another reason why I really like all of this coming together, because nobody knows everything. And there's so many different resources, though, when you do get out there that are available, but a lot of times people just don't know about them. Okay, and I'm saying, so that's another thing. You're constantly learning, talking, networking, and that kind of stuff like that. So I'm always learning. So this is good.
T. Monroe says, thank you, Shawn. Got my ebook. Y'all get Shawn's book. Okay, so wait.
And Buffy, the only thing that I would tell people that download the ebook is that it's not going to read itself. Please read it.
Say that again, Shawn. Don't just download it. Get out it and read it. So
I thank you guys. I'm sure there's other people ready to pop in. So
but wait, Shawn, how can people find you before I let you go?
You can go to ShawnBrooks.com. You can find me on Instagram at Shawn Brooks. Facebook is at I am Shawn Brooks. But if you go to ShawnBrooks.com, there's a link on there for pretty much everything that I'm incorporated with, or everything that I do. And again, Buffy, Dr. Scott, David, I appreciate everything. I appreciate you guys allowing me to be in your front row.
We love you too, because honestly, the things that I can't tell you how much, Shawn, because when we had to turn that program to being 100% virtual in less than 90 days this summer, I could almost cry, because if it wasn't for folks, I could never have done it, because I never. So Shawn, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Shawn.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Shawn. We love you.
Tell your wife we said, hey, we miss you. Bye.
I'll tell you guys. Thank you guys. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Yay. Okay, y'all. So we got to wrap up. I done kept them longer than I said I was going to keep them. I'm so excited. We're going to keep doing this, y'all. Please share the link. Tell people if you need a job, come through, go on and apply. We got to get these apps in, because we're going to be funding these jobs soon and vetting people for these new careers. You don't have to be young. You can be vintage. We're going to use your term, honey. We like vintage.
So let
me trademark vintage. No, the plan. I ain't going to do it. So, TT, how can we find you?
You can find, I'm just going to say
Aya.org.
It's Aya.org. Okay. And please do. And we're actually doing some work on when the Caribbean question came up. There's actually a Pan-African conference that's going to be focused on youth in Ghana at the end of July. So we'll be able to give you some information on that too. Okay. As we continue through. So there's a lot of different things that are out there. We just all need to be connected. That's all.
Yeah. And you can find for all of y'all saying you didn't get a confirmation. We know, we love you. I think the system's just getting overloaded, but like David said, we are going to get back to you. We promise. You
will acknowledge all these emails,
all the ones we got. And if by tomorrow, let's say 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, you've not heard from us, reapply or send an email to hola at buffyllc.com. Hold on, I'll put that up. And I'll give y'all a moment to write that down. And then you can find us at justbeingbuffy.com. And I'll put that up again, but it's in the comments. Go to justbeingbuffy.com. You can find Aya there because I'm a vice chair on Aya under Auntie. David's a board member. You can find at the top right of the corner, it says need a job. Apply here in pink right by my head. Click on that for the app. And again, if you don't receive a confirmation, please don't worry. We are going to get you. We want this is Auntie and David, what we all want to do. So
right.
You know, and we're gonna keep this up. This isn't gonna be. You can find the application here, y'all. Justbeingbuffy.com. We're gonna keep this up because, like my aunt said, it's not just hundreds of jobs; it's thousands of jobs. This is our calling. We're coming out of retirement to do this because waving your finger at people and telling them you need to do this with your money when you ain't got no money to do with it ain't helping nobody. So our focus is helping people get good jobs for which they can be proud of with benefits, right, TT?
With benefits, that's it. yes.
Right, and understanding total compensation.
Yep.
And that's what our calling is, and we're gonna do this. This isn't a one and done. We will be back several times, letting y'all know about different job opportunities. But definitely subscribe to the page, click notifications, follow us all. Go to aya.org. Go to Aya has an Instagram page, Twitter page. Follow me on Buffie Purselle at IG and Just Being Buffy on everything else. Dr. Davis asked Dr. David P on social media. If you go to my social media, there's a link for him there. And we just appreciate all y'all. We really do. And definitely follow Shawn Brooks. He gives so much away for free, y'all. His story is so great. He's such an amazing person and great at branding and marketing and websites and just everything. Right. So I think that's it. And y'all, please like the video, share, subscribe. The only way we can continue to grow this channel and I can bring these fabulous people in is if we keep y'all active. And you know, I ain't gonna get on my little thing about y'all following all the people with the mess, and then with folks offering jobs, y'all don't want to show them no love. I don't mind. I follow people with the mess too, but I show support to the folk doing good stuff. So we appreciate y'all. Everybody says thank you, Miriam. You did a good job because I kept fussing at her. She did a good job. Thank you so much. Say bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye. Have a blessed week. Really. Okay. Peace. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Out.
Bye.
Crawl before you ball, and then take a little bit of the money and save it, and then do something
you ball. Because wealth whistles and money jingle jangles and screams.
Buffie Purselle.